Welcome to part 2 of my Femme Fatale review series. Now if you missed the first one, which is Juri, go ahead and check that one out when you have time. But for now, let's move on to the second statue in that series, Cammy White.
Don't tell me that's all you've got. If it is, you better quit.
Alright, so a real quick briefing of this statue. It is actually one of 3 pieces to make a diorama. The other 2 pieces, of course, are Juri and Chun-Li. Now you don't need all 3 pieces. Each one of them is a great standalone piece. So because it is part of a diorama, they all have pretty much a similar base. So the base is taken from a cinematic scene where Cammy and Chun-Li are in battle with Juri. And the environment is a skyscraper / construction scene. All of them are very similar in style, but all of them have very subtle differences. Good example, in this one, we do see a lot of broken fencing right here. So obviously this part of the base right here, broken fencing. On the bottom, there's pieces of broken fencing. Underneath Cammy and the fencing here, that you can see with the rock, rubble, destruction, etc. We do have a couple of I-beams here, but we have no rebars unlike the Juri statue. And the base here definitely complements what's going on here, which is a dynamic action scene where Cammy is showing her powers, and right at the end right here, that's when this rubble is kind of just flying up, getting destroyed. The coloring in the base is very simple, very muted. Now that makes sense because we do have a lot of rubble, which is stone, concrete, things of that nature. So we are going to see a lot of grays, blacks, and in-betweens of that color mixture. Even on the broken fencing here, yes, it's on the floor and one piece standing out right here being destroyed, but it's still that gray color. I can really appreciate the design of this base though, because everything on the base, for the most part, it's pretty clean, pretty simple, except right here at the end where Cammy's doing one of her signature moves, where we see that destruction of the environment here. So the pose of the statue is taken from Cammy when she's ending one of her special moves. Now the move is called the cannon drill. In case you don't know what the move is, Cammy actually does a corkscrew kick towards the feet or the legs of the opponent. At the end of that move, this is the pose and the stance she ends up in so she doesn't just fall flat on her face. And to emphasize the power of that technique, that's why we see this clear resin right here, which is kind of an orange right at the foot of her foot, coming out to more of a yellow all the way to the very tips here, which is a very, very clear color. Hey guys, I just want to take a quick moment to thank you for watching up to this point. I greatly appreciate it. Now, if you like the content so far, give me that thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, definitely do so. It doesn't cost you a dime, but helps me out tremendously. So as the making of this video, Cammy has had 2 signature outfits. Now with Street Fighter 6 coming out, she now has a 3rd signature outfit. This is actually her original outfit that she's wearing, and in my opinion, the best one. Now Cammy is part of the Special Forces team, which explains the military influence to her outfit here. Just starting with her boots, man, those are some pretty big, mean, chunky, heavy looking boots, what I refer to as shit stompers. Now they are black leather. We can definitely see the texture work there to emphasize that leather. We do see the laces on top of the boots here. As far as the color though, they just seem to be that one solid color. Obviously, it has somewhat of a gloss on it, so when you turn it around, move it, look at it at different angles, yeah, that leather look, that shiny look definitely comes out. And it's cool that they broke it up here with the red socks just peeking out of the boots right there. She has those camouflage accents going throughout her legs here. Again, just to emphasize that military influence on her. Her outfit, I would reference it to be, just think of like what a gymnast will wear minus having sleeves. And I think when they created Cammy, they definitely took that into consideration because her moveset is very acrobatic, something that an actual gymnast would do. I don't know if the camera can pick it up, but her outfit does have a lot of texture work here. It is very, very fine and hard to see unless you're close up to it. And on top of that, on the back, we can see kind of those small little folds where her back is arching somewhat, twisted a little bit. And also the paint job is done very well. It's not just a solid green color. We do see the green with a little bit of darker greens, somewhat blacks in there to highlight her muscle tone, the movement, the shadows, etc. She does have her signature armbands here, which I've always considered them to be somewhat of a metal kind of material. I've always assumed they were designed like that for her to be in combat, to be blocking different kinds of weapons, knives, punches, etc. And also to just knock the hell out of somebody. But the coloring of her armbands, yes, they are red and with slightly black shades, a little bit of shadows here and there. Her 2 braids are flaying in the air to emphasize that movement as Cammy is just completing the cannon drill. All the braids are sculpted in, and in addition to that, the coloring here, we don't just see one blonde hair color. What we see is a little bit of yellows, blondes, a little bit of oranges, browns. So that color combination gives it a sense of more realism. The beret that Cammy is wearing is a burgundy color leather material with the triangle symbol right here on the side, as seen right here on the box. And she does have her bang right here flying to the back. And because it is a very tiny pig, you put it in there and it's actually adjustable. So you can, I have it right here posed, you know, flying back kind of with her hair, or you can just put it in her face to give her that more signature look of hers. And finally with the portrait, as we can see, Cammy does have her signature blue eyes. She does have an intense look to her because obviously she is in battle. So I have no complaints about this statue other than wishing that it was a larger scale. Maybe a 1/4 scale would be more appropriate for it. But let me know what you guys think about this statue. Leave your comments down below. If you like this video, definitely hit that thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already. But as always, collect what makes you happy.